Well, yep, I sure did. I did it. I bought a boat. I like this boat. Let me tell you a little bit about my backstory on a boat. So I've never been a big gamer or hunting or fishing. I love fishing. Hunting, I could do without it. But fishing, I love it. I love doing it, but it's not one of those things that I'll drop everything to do it. I'm a fisher of men that needs to be a fisher of fish too. And so back in the day, I'm going to say back in 1994 to 96, I started a TV broadcast with my good friend, Fred Rodriguez. It was called the South Texas Sportsman. Today, he continues to operate it, and it's taken on an evolution called the Texas Sportsman. Hunting or Texas Sportsman Outdoors. Great show, great man. Just enjoy, and I love him greatly. But whenever we would go out, one of the greatest times that we had were always on the boats. Always had a good time with boats and enjoyed ourselves greatly with these boats. And so I owned a boat. First boat I ever owned was a little bass boat, 16-footer, 50 horsepower, Chrysler engine, old thing. But I did pretty good on the boat, caught a couple of fish, would go out a couple of times, my wife and I. And then I ended up making it available for another friend of mine, gave it to him, and he had a good time on the boat. And then, years later, my father bought another boat, Bayliner, one of those that you can go fast, zip around, but you really couldn't fish on it. So he traded it in for a fishing boat, a Baymaster. We had a good time with that one, 150 horsepower. And my father passed away, and I continued to use the boat and had a good time with it. Then moved up to Dallas. Didn't have a boat. Wished I had a boat. Went fishing, caught little tiny fish, nothing big, nothing stellar, but would fish and have a good time. But always said, I need a boat. When it came down to South Texas now, and we bought a 4x4 pickup truck before we came down, and my wife said, we got to buy a boat if we're going to go down there. So started looking at the boats. The last time we bought a brand new boat, I mean, it was like $25,000, $28,000. Man, the rig was incredible. 25-footer, Baymaster, 150 Evinrude motor. Oh my gosh, this thing was stellar. Had even a bathroom on the boat, you know, one of those little hideaways. And it was a great boat. Had a good time on the boat. But now I went back to see, okay, I want to buy a boat. They wanted $100,000 for this boat. I said, are you kidding me? I looked around, the cheapest one, decent, that I can find, brand new, $80,000. I said, that's the price of a house. And really, you're just going to go catch a couple of fish, and you might be on it on a monthly basis. Maybe if you go once a week, that'd be good. But spending $100,000 for a boat, I couldn't see myself doing that. I mean, there's just no way that I would do that. $100,000, $110,000. There was one boat I looked at, $145,000 for the boat. And this is a bay boat. This is not like a yacht. I mean, maybe a yacht I can see $150,000, but no way. No way. A bay boat? Well, that's what the prices are. So I was shocked. So I said, I got to figure something else out. So for the past couple of years, I've been looking at the price of used boats, old boats, and looked at them. And I said, you know, there's these used boats that they're still charging $30,000, $35,000, $40,000. There was a guy that I went to go see his boat. He just wanted to dump the thing. He bought it, but he just can't ride it anymore. It was about a $35,000 boat, but he just said take over payments. Well, when he said that, I said, you know, take over payments to this old boy basically means just take my monthly payment. So I'm going to do it. Well, he wanted me to go to the bank and go get $35,000 to go buy his boat. I said, that's not taking over payments. That's buying a boat. I said, make up your mind. You want to sell me the boat or you want me to take over your payments? He says, well, I really want you to buy the boat. And I said, well, I only want to take over your payments. Payments for only like $350. I'll do that. I'll do a $30,000 boat. Payments at $350, that'd be fine. I'd probably use it for 2 years. You're talking about maybe, what, $4,000 a year worth of payments. That's $8,000. So $8,000, use the boat for 2 years. I'm not paying $30,000. I'm paying $8,000. I can turn around and sell that boat, and for the rest of the money or whatever, I'd be okay. That made sense to me. But buying that boat for $35,000,
Forget it. I wasn't going to do it. My money didn't want to do that. I like redfish, but might as well just go to Sea Ranch Marina and go buy me a plate of redfish every single week for $15 or $20. Even $25 would be fine. But still, I want to go fishing. I like fishing. I like spending time with my wife, bringing some friends with me, hanging out on the water, get a little bit of vitamin D in there and E, get some sun on. So I said, I still want to buy a boat. So I said, I'm going to find a boat, the best boat that I can find that I can fix up and I can get it ready. I could go fishing and maybe fix and flip it for more money. Yeah. See, I'm an investor. As an investor, we think differently. Investors never think about buying something to keep it or buying something and losing money. We always think about how to buy something and turn it into more money, or buy something that we can buy something bigger and bigger and bigger. That's the way investors think. And if you think this way, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't think this way, well, we need to have a conversation. So I went hunting for a boat and I found some bunch of prospects and they were selling fast. And there's something that I do. I go to the Lord and I said, if you don't want me to buy this, then sell it. And that's what would happen. And I go to buy something and it would sell. It would sell. It would sell. And so I finally found one I'm going to tell you about in just a minute, but we're going to take a short break. I'm Clark Ortiz. Don't change this channel. We'll be right back.